Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone had a good and blessed night. Everyone got rest and woke up feeling refreshed. I know I did, okay? So, my name is Miranda, aka Matt, okay? And I am on a new journey, right? And I decided that I would like to document this journey. Okay, so I am a CDL Class A driver, and I drive tractor trailers, right? And I have been doing it for 4 years, and I actually really enjoy it. I spend a lot of time, I spend a lot of time alone, and I have seen so much, right? So let me just give y'all a quick backstory. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, born and raised, right? And my dad was a truck driver, right? And I worked as a patient care tech for almost 13 years, right? And I loved it. But it takes a toll on your body physically, and you really don't make that much money unless you move up to the next level and get your LPN or your RN, which wasn't really a passion of mine, right? So I decided to go another way out the door, okay? Because I consider myself a free spirit, and I don't like to be confined. So this change, going from working in a hospital to my job is being outside, over the road, here, there, everywhere, okay, has been really life-changing for me, and I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of freedom, and I like my freedom, okay? So my dad was an owner-operator, and I seen how much money daddy was making, and I was like, oh girl, you in the wrong field. So that's how I got introduced to truck driving. I went through school, all state here in Baltimore City, for 6 months while I worked full time. It was a task, a tall task, but mama got it, right? I did it. It had good and bad days. Was tired a lot of time because at the time I was a single mother with 2 teenage kids. However, mama made it work, okay? Now, when I went into school, they don't tell you or really prepare you for the real world. But a lot of us truck drivers who has went to school and came out of school successfully without CDLs realize, yeah, they really don't prepare you. But that's life in itself, right? You're really never fully prepared. And how can they really, right? Anyway, I was expecting to come straight out of school and get a local job making good money, okay? I mean, I was thinking I'm going to go from making 25 to 30,000 a year straight to 60, 70. That did not happen. That did not happen. However, I did get a lot of good experience. When I came out of school, I started off with a local company who is not in business anymore because they had some illegal practices going on, okay, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, what they were doing was they was paying their people $900 a week without overtime, which is illegal, right? And for me, you know, I just wanted the local job. I wanted to be home with my kids, and I did not want to go over the road. However, things changed. I did a flatbed company straight out of school for about a month, and it was okay when I started because it wasn't that cold out. But flatbed is a lot of work, especially for a feminine female like me. Like, I was breaking nails and shit. I was dirty, had oil all over me. I'm like, no, this ain't what I signed up for. But it was a good experience. I ran freight for Home Depot to New York and back. But tarping and chaining was just too much. So I wound up leaving that job straight out of school. Now, here's the thing. I usually, when I go into a company, do my research, and I feel like I did do my due diligence, but I was really desperate for a local position. So I just took it, even though I really didn't like all the aspects of the company, because I'm the type of person where when I get with a company, I want to stay there. I want to put some roots down. However, in trucking, I really haven't really been able to put roots down. I have had 5 different jobs in 4 years. I know y'all. But the good thing about having your CDLs, you can quit a job tomorrow and have one by the end of the week, as long as you got a good, driving record, and your MVR is good, and you don't have a bunch of accidents and stuff like that, no speeding tickets, no DUIs, all of that stuff. Y'all already know. But if not, I just let y'all know, right? So from there, I went to Swift. Yes, Swift, right? I stayed with them for almost 9 months, right? I tried to make it a year, but I could not make it. It just wasn't for me, because I had to go out over the road. And what I realized was, trucking is a lifestyle. It is not just a job, okay? And it was a lifestyle change for me that I was not mentally prepared for, right? But I did it. I went out on the road. I did not make that much. They started me off at 52 cents a mile, which a lot of people probably think that's okay. Come to find out, all trucking companies don't pay you for every single mile. They usually pay you from zip code to zip code, but they don't tell you that, right? So I was expecting to make a certain amount of money, and I wasn't making that. On top of that, I would be gone for 6 days at a time. I would only have a 34-hour reset, which means that I would come home and only be home for a day and a half. That ain't enough time to get my house in order, go grocery shopping, do the laundry, make sure my kid's good, sleep. Oh my God, no, I gotta go. And that took a toll on me. And then, of course, the biggest thing is just not being away from my kids that long. I had been with my kids every day of their lives up until that point, right? So that took a toll on me as well. Even though my kids was like, Mom, I see you. I was feeling some type of way. Like, and then just waking up in different states, and then being a feminine small female, working in a male-dominated field, going to these truck stops where they don't all look so safe, you know what I mean? And having to shower in different places and prepare your meals and just take extra precautions. Like, no, that shit was for the birds, okay? And after 9 months, yes, the birds flew my ass back home. And that's exactly where I went, back to Maryland. After Swift, I went into a dump truck job, which I loved. Dump truck drivers, people don't realize, dump truck drivers is a lazy man's job. It really is, other than, the hustle and bustle of chasing the money. But you stay in the truck most of the time. They load you, you take it to the location and drop it. Load, drop, load, drop. I was like, oh, I can get used to this, right? However, you only have to have a B. You only have to have a B to do that. And they found out that I had an A. So now they want me to drive their trucks and their flatbeds and all of their other equipment, but they don't want to pay a girl no more money. So because of that, and then winter coming around and the season slowing down and you're not making that much money, it was time for me to move on. Because at the end of the day, I got a mortgage and 2 teenage kids. A bitch gotta work. Okay, so I left there, and during that time the pandemic hit. So before the pandemic hit, I left there and I started doing bus driving, right? So let me tell y'all, a bitch got all of her endorsements except hazmat. Okay, because I want to be multifaceted. I want to do a lot of different things. Anyway, I did that. I did bus driving for a while for John Hopkins, just driving their employees around, but it was monotonous for me because I was just driving in circles over and over and over again, and I got tired of that shit. Plus, it was like I was working 2 shifts, so I would work from 5 a.m. to like 11, and then I would go home for a few hours, and then I would have to come back in at 2 to 8. And I'm like, that's my whole goddamn day, 5 days a week. So I did it for a little bit, for a few months or whatever. The pandemic hit, they had to drop some of the people. I was one of the ones because I had just came in, so you already know it goes by seniority, which I was fine with because a bitch sat home and got her unemployment. Okay, like me and the rest of America, I'll take it. But after sitting home for like 3 months and, you know, rearranging my house and cleaning it 100,000 times and painting and doing everything else, and my kids don't want to spend no time with me and my dog getting on my nerves, it's time for me to go back out into the workforce. I can't do this. I'm going crazy, right? Even though the money was nice, I found that I need to be moving. Okay, so with that being said, I wind up coming down to Amazon. I did a yard jockey for a few months, which was the best experience ever, because now I can damn near dock, park, or pull anywhere, okay, because I did a lot of backing. And within that 6 months of yard jockeying, I, Lord have mercy, at least docked thousands of trailers, okay? And it was really good experience because now I have no issue. The space can be wide, small, on a slant, underground, on a bridge, on the side of the bridge. Baby girl got it, right? Because of that experience, I seen a lot of companies, and you know, because it's Amazon, so you got a lot of companies coming in and out. And one of the companies I got, you know, really cool with, you know, a lot of good people, because I got a good spirit, right? So like people be wanting to be like, hey Ranza, hey girl, right? You want to be around me, right? Anyway, I met a lot of good people, and I got a lot of good referrals and references and stuff like that. And it was this one company that had got a new contract with Amazon, running Amazon Freight and Amazon trucks, right? I'm like, okay, and they was paying good. I'm talking about good, okay, with benefits and everything, because it's Amazon. However, it was a third-party company, so the company had a contract with Amazon. And I worked for the company, which was fine with me because you still got good benefits and it was still a good pay, okay? I started with that company. I'm not going to say no names because it did not go well for me. And honestly, I would not prefer or refer anybody to this company. However, it was a good start getting into the Amazon industry. And the whole point is to tell you guys about Amazon Relay truck drivers, okay? So I feel like I gave y'all enough information for now. When I come back with my next video, I will let y'all know how that last company, well, yes, the last company that I left off with went, and how I got to where I am now, and just some of the day-to-day and how things roll over here, okay? So I hope you guys have a good and blessed day. I hope I didn't give y'all too much of an earful, but I hope that, you know, y'all got just a little bit to know me, and I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.